This NAS supports up to 4 hard drives. It's really easy to open and install 4 M.2 SSDs inside. It comes with 4 GB of RAM, but you can upgrade it up to 16 GB. It's super easy to use, and it has an app store with over 750 apps that you can install with just one click, like Home Assistant for your smart home, Image for your photo library, Jellyfin for your movie library, AdGuard Home to block ads, and a lot more. It's called the ASUSTOR Lockerstor 4 Generation 2 Plus, and this model has 4 hard drive bays, but there's also a smaller model with 2 hard drive bays and a bigger model with 6 hard drive bays. Now, inside the package you will find the NAS, which comes really well protected, and the accessories box that includes the power adapter, some screws, network cables, and some paperwork. It has 2 5 gigabit ports, and it supports link aggregation, so you can reach up to 10 gigabit speeds. It has one USB Type-A 3.2 10 gigabit port, a USB 2.0 port, and also an HDMI port if you want to connect it to a TV. On the front, you also have this information display, 4 navigation buttons, a power button, a USB Type-A 3.2 10 gigabit port, a one-touch copy button, and the 4 hard drive bays. To open it up, it's super easy. We just need to remove these 3 screws at the back and then slide off the metal cover right over here, and that's it. The SSD slots are right on the top with 4 slots available. The RAM model is on the side, and there's another one inside with the included 4 gigabytes, but if we want, we can upgrade to 16 gigabytes. Now, one of the modules is really easy to upgrade. The other one, if we want to upgrade as well, if we want to swap the 4 gigabytes with 8 gigabytes, for example, then we will need to remove the 4 screws right over here on the board, and then we can place in the RAM. So it's not as easy as the first one, but it's not that difficult. To install the SSDs, that's really easy. We just need to insert them in each of the slots that are available and secure them with the plastic latch. So no screws needed for the SSDs, and that's really awesome. In no time, I did install 4 Sabrent SSDs, 3 of 2 terabytes and 1 of 1 terabyte. Besides the 2 Ethernet ports with 5 gigabit, you also have here a PCIe that we can place in up to a 10 gigabit PCIe NIC, which is awesome if you really need more speed. Now, to close it up, we just need to put the cover back on and then screw it in. And now let's install the 4 Toshiba N300 drives, each with 8 terabytes. You just need to pull out the tray, place the drive in, and then there's an annoying part, which is you will need to screw the hard drive with individual screws, and that's a bit of a pain. Luckily, you just need to do this once, and that's it. After securing the 4 drives, you can slide each tray back in, push and lock it with the safety mechanism, and that's it. Now, just plug in the network cable and power adapter, and we can press the power button, and that's it. Now, from any computer on the network, you can start setting up the NAS. On the screen, just follow the steps. Even though there's an update available, we will leave it for later on. Choose the light or dark theme, which we can change it later. Set your machine name, your username and passwords, date and time settings, network options, and then choose how you want to configure your drives. Now, you can go from RAID 0 to RAID 10, but for the best balance between redundancy and available spare drives, a NAS with 4 hard drive bays, I always advise on RAID 5, which means that you will be able to have 4 drives, and if one of them fails, you will be totally safe, but it's always your choice. Just click on initialize, wait a few minutes, and once it's done, you can log into your NAS. One of the questions that I get frequently is, hey Robert, is that unit, that particular NAS, noisy or not? And this will depend on several factors, especially on the hard drives. Now, I do have 4 Toshiba N300 right over here, and at this moment the system is building the RAID because I just set it up a couple of hours ago. So if I go here to the volumes, it says time remaining 9 hours more or less, and this just means that the hard drives are being used to read and write to build the RAID. The system is being pushed, which is a similar situation if you are abusing your machine, placing data or moving data or having a lot of services. So this is the most noise that you will hear from this unit, which in my opinion is quite silent. The only thing that I can hear are the hard drives reading and writing, and the fan at the back, although it's with a lot of stuff happening at the same time, it's quiet. And I'll shut up for a couple of seconds so that you can hear. So if you are on a situation where you have your services running, but they are not accessing the hard drives like we are right now, then this unit is almost completely silent. Now, once we log in, some options and updates will show up, but we will take care of that in just a moment. Just go to the storage and select the 4 SSDs that are inside, which we didn't initialize. You can create another RAID volume if you want. You can use them as SSD cache to speed up things on the hard drives, or keep them as individual drives like I did right over here. But this will depend on our use case. Now let's update the operating system. We just need to confirm and it will update automatically and reboot. After that, we log in again and we are ready to start using this unit. Now, one of the coolest features is the App Store, where we can choose from a wide range of services. I just pick the app that I want. You can do the same, and the app doesn't need to be the same. You just need to click on install. And in this example, I did install Home Assistant, AdGuard Home, Imish and Jellyfin, which are services that I use constantly here at home, but you can install many more apps. And if you feel overwhelming and a lot of apps, you can browse by sections and categories to make it easier. Now, on the desktop, you will find apps to manage the NAS as well as the ones that you will be installing. There will be a shortcut right over here. And to manage storage, for example, you can use Storage Manager. It will give you access to disk management, lets you check status, temperatures, the volumes you created, and make changes if needed. In the settings, you will find all those boring options that actually will let you control everything about the NAS, from simple things like the appearance, fan speeds, schedules, updates, and everything that you can imagine. And to manage your files, use File Explorer. And for backups, there's Backup Central. And of course, there are a lot more options and services. And of course, if you are new to a NAS or new to the ASUSTOR system, which is a really complete system, you might feel a bit overwhelming, which is natural, but in my opinion, it's better to feel this way than to feel completely comfortable and then in a few weeks, a couple of months, you have nothing more to learn, and that's really frustrating. And I always give an example of my first NAS, which was about 20 years ago or so. It was only a NAS for storage, and that was it. It was a WD. After that, I also got another WD, which allowed me to have a few apps, Plex and so on, and back then it was completely good for a couple of months, because once we get used to that system, it was very limiting by the hardware and the software. And then once I get my first NAS, which was not like this, although at the beginning it was a bit overwhelming, I had a curve that allowed me to learn a lot more and to have a lot more fun. Because if today I don't know most of the apps that are right over here, I don't know how to create a backup, I will discover tomorrow, or I will discover the next week. And once I'm familiar with these first steps, there will be some really interesting things to discover, which will allow me to learn more, to have a lot more fun, to have one service. And now that I'm using Home Assistant, I'm going to use AdGuard Home to block the publicity all over my house. And right now I'm going to install Imish, and I'm not going to use Google Photos or iCloud Photos. You get the idea. One step here, one step there, and we will have a lot of fun using one of these machines, which will last for a lot of time. And if we are talking only about services and apps, ASUSTOR is always allowing new developers and new apps and things to refresh, so it's awesome. Hopefully this video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. Hope that you enjoyed to meet the ASUSTOR Lockerstor for Generation 2 Plus. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.